Hi. All right. So today we're going to be talking about Sprint 2, which is like XAudio basics continued. Today we're going to go over the start, stop, pause, repeat, and loop functions, as well as the volume, pitch, pan. Um, and so we start out in the main. We create the game object and we click run. And I'm just going to fast forward through that. All right. So we get to the game. And as you can see, so when you create the game, it's going to initialize all of the game stuff. That's not really the point of this. We're talking about XAudio, but you can see the load content, loads the demo, and disables the output, debug output, just makes that box not show. But the main thing we're concerned about here is the update loop. So with the update loop, we are going to use the keyboard get instance and get the key that has been pressed, A, B, C, or D, and then based on A, B, C, or D, it's going to spawn a thread using demo D main, C main, B main, and A main. So we're going to start with A main, and it's going to be pretty similar to last week's. To start, we've got all of the XAudio2 for the initialization and reading and playing of a wave file. If you'd like more explanation to that, just go back to the last sprint. I'm just going to go pretty quickly through that. And now here we're going to go what is the important stuff. So you start the audio with start, and you can pause it by using stop. So I just use a click sweep just to play it for 4 seconds, stop, and start again. And then stop once it's finished playing, and then that will give you start, pause, and stop. So now we're going to go into demo B. And so now we're going to go into demo B, and we're going to show changing the volume, pitch, and panning the audio. And these are just showing basic functionality. So I did simple static variable lazy that increments each time. So every time you call play audio, it does the next demo. So we'll start with the same initialization and loading of the WAV file as before. Now we're going to get to, this is the volume that will be set to, yeah, so I'm showing that lazy thing right there, just deciding between which demo to do. So lazy will be 0, and we'll go to set volume at 0, and we'll slowly increase the volume from 0 to 100% over 20 seconds. And then the next is pitch, and we'll start with getting the frequency, finding the, just setting it to the max frequency ratio, just play around with the pitch. You can see the pitch change right there using frequency ratio, and then just letting it play out. And for the next one, for panning, we are starting with getting the channel mask, and that channel mask is going to tell us the outputs for the speakers. So we're going to first go and set left and right. It's going to be, they're both going to start in the middle, and it's eventually going to pan right. And it's going to use that mask to decide or to see like which speaker setup we have and set the output matrix accordingly. And then we're going to get the voice details from the source voice and the master voice. Those are going to be used for the set output matrix. It's going to use the inputs for both, as well as the output matrix that's been set with left to right. And we're just every 5 milliseconds, it's going to pan, start panning to the right. Next, we're going to go to demo C. And for demo C, we're doing looping. And so I just have the short bassoon. And really the only difference between this and basic playing is that you're going to set the buffer, loop begin, loop count, loop length, play begin, and length to the appropriate values. So loop count is set to 5, loop begin is 0, it starts at 0, loop length is 0 because I'm only looping it once per loop, and then we are going to just let it play, and its state is going to continue to tell you that it has more because its loop count is set to 5. And last but not least, we're going to do the repeating the same sound 5 times, and then having it taper off at the end. To do this, it's basically just playing the audio file. If it's the last one, it'll taper off. But the way we do this is by going into game, and the other ones are you just hit the button once. But for this one, to show the repeated sound, during the demo, I hit the button 5 times. And then it ends, deletes the game, returns 0. And here is the demo, starting A through D. I'm going to slow down the panning to show you that it actually works because the sound is very short.
This is my voice on the left. This is my voice on the left-hand side. This is my voice on the left.
Desert in August is a land